Okay. So once you are running your application in your terminal, right, this console will log every activity going on in your application, right? So we have this. I don't know if you can see. So we have this running here. Yeah, so basically this is our app. This is our first screen, right? So anything we do here, if I make any change, right, and I save it, it will appear in our app. Now, Expo uses something called hot reloading. So it is not like Android where anytime you make a change, you have to rerun the app to see that change. But then anytime you make a change, right, and then you save it, just like in React, it will just reload the content so that you can see it in real time. It makes development very fast. Okay, so now let's go through some of the components that we can use in developing our applications. I will go to the Expo doc, right? And then docs, and then we can go. So first step, so this is just starting your application. Styling a text. We have, if you want to display a text on your, maybe your screen, there is a component that you have to destructure from the React Native here. It's called text. Now this text, just like this, right? You will put whatever you want to put inside or whatever you want to write here. This is a text. And just like in React, you can add some styles to that component. So here, I'll just do your style, and then you can apply any style you want to apply to your text. So you can see here that from our style, we can apply this background color, border color. So if I want to change the color of the text, I have to set the color to maybe red, right? And then you can see the text color has changed. If I want to change the font size, so the inside the style object, I'll use set font size to 30. And then we have this. Let me use 50. So you can see everything works fine for the text. So it's up to you, the designer, to actually use this style here to design a very nice UI. And we have something called the view, right? Now the view here is sort of a container that will hold components. Just like in Android, we have the linear layouts, we have the constraint layout. This here in React Native, we have the view, just a view. And then we have scroll view. So if you want a view that is scrollable, so you have scroll view so that you can scroll. So just as this, now you can see here the view, the way they set the styles is different from how we did the text, because you can actually define your styles somewhere and then call that styles. So you can see here we have styles is equal to style sheet.create. So this will create an object, right? And then we can define our styles inside that object. So here I can say text, the style for my text should be, let me just copy this thing, right? And then instead of creating this here, I'll just use style.text. So it creates some sort of usability. So you don't have to create a style for every component. You can actually call it from the style that you've created here, and I can use it in multiple places. So if I have another text, right, and I want to apply the same styles, I don't need to write this style again. I can just call it, so text.style.text, and then it will apply. I can create another style for my second text. So text 2, and here it should be green, right? It means for my second text, I'll just use the text 2 object. And then we have this. It makes your code very clean. So your style is separated, your style sheet is separated, and then your actual component is also separated. So you can use this method of styling. Yeah. So you can see here the view, we've styled it. We have flex 1, right? Now this flex 1 means that flex is a way of representing your views or your components on this screen. Do you get it? Now, if you want this view here to cover the entire screen, right? You use flex 1. Flex 1 means that it should cover the end. Let me remove this flex, and then we can see how. Let's give it a background of, let's say, blue, right? So that we can see what we are doing very well. So you can see that in Android Studio, we have the linear, I think, layout width, right? We have wrap content and then match parent, right? Now wrap content will wrap the width and the height of the height or the width of the item is determined by what is inside, right? So if you don't add any flex property, it means that the container will inherit the height of whatever content it's inside. So if I remove this text, you can see that now the width of my container or my view is now determined by what's inside. But then if I use flex 1, it's basically telling the system that use match parent. So it will match the screen. So if I use flex 1, see, it will match everything. It will fill the whole screen. Now you can set different flex properties. So I'll explain that later. So the background color is used to set the background of a view, then align item center, and then justify content center. Now, justify content center is align and justify is used to place the items inside that view. It's used to position here the items inside that view. So align items, let me just start here. Now you can see we don't have any positioning. Yes, I mean, it's filling the screen, but then how should we position the content inside our view? We can use align items, right? Center. If we use align item center, it will position the items horizontally. Align items is, as in, we have X and Y axis, right? Now align items will position, if you do use center, it will position all the items in the center of the X axis, right? But then if I do align items flex end, it means that it will position at the end of the X axis. So you can see here it has moved to the extreme corner. But then we are using center. Same way, justify content also, it will justify the item with the Y axis. So it means if I do justify content center, it means it will position the items in the center of the Y axis. So if I do this, you can see that it has position. So if you want to position the item in the center of the view, it means that align items center will position the item in the center of the X axis, and then justify content center will position the item in the center of the Y axis. So automatically it will be in the center. So we will have something like this. And then there is something called flex direction, right? By default, every view flex direction determines the orientation of the view or the component. So flex direction by default, it is column. So it means it's from top to down. It's like a linear layout. So from top to down. So by default, it's column, right? It means that anything you put inside that view will be stacked on each other from top to down. So if I add a different text, right? And then it is colon, let me see, this is the second. Okay, we have something like this, right? Because we are having flex direction column, you see, we are seeing the first text and we are seeing the second text. But then if I change the flex direction to be row, right, it means that it will position our items from left to right. So you can see we have, let me change the font size to 20. Let me change this color. So that we can see it well. So you can see that we have it's arranging the items from left to right. But then if we change the flex direction to column, or even if we comment it out, the default is from top to down. Do you get it? Yeah, so that is for styling the views and then styling of your text. Please, is it okay? Hello? Hello? Please, any questions or any suggestions or any clarifications?
Yeah, go over again.
Hey, I should go over the whole thing again. I'm recording the video, so I don't think if you have to ask specific questions as in what is something not doing, or you don't understand anything at all.
Oh, just the flex.
Just the flex, exactly. So just have to pinpoint there. Okay, so hold on, let me go to your documentation and then go as in, where is it? Okay, let me go to the official React Native site. And then we can start learning from there. So get started. Go to design, right? So we have our style here. So you can go to this website and actually start reading. You said the flex, right? So the height and the width. You can use fixed dimension for the views. And then the layout with flex. So Flexbox is designed to provide a consistent layout on different sizes, right? So Flex will help, let's say, since your mobile device, you don't have just one screen, you don't have one dimension for every mobile device, you have different dimensions. Using Flex to position your items or to style your views will help you achieve a consistent layout on different screen sizes. So Flex would define how many items are going to fill over the available space along the main axis, right? So the flex direction here will be used to determine the main axis. By default, the main axis is the what? The y-axis, right? The y-axis from top to down. So it means that they're saying Flex will define how many items are going to fill over the available space. So if you set this container, right, Flex 1, it means for this whole screen, you are going to fill only just this container with just that one view. Do you get it? Now you can see here in the following example, the red, yellow, green views are children in the container view that has flex one set. So let's let me do the same thing and then we'll see. So I have a view, right? Two views. I have a style. The first one will have flex one, right? The second one, let me set background to red. I'm not going to put anything inside. So yellow. Okay, it's not coming. Oh, no idea. Okay, so we have our first flex to be what? Flex one, right? Background color is okay. All right. So you can see here. Let me use 3. So you can see here, they are saying that this flex property here, it will determine the available space, how many items are going to fill the available space, right? Now you can see the first view, we have flex 1. Do you get it? So it means that it will take one portion. Now, the second view, we have flex 2. It means that if you add this and this, you have 3. It means that out of the 3, the second view will take two, it will double the space of the first one. And the third one is taking 3. That is why the green space is larger than the yellow space, and then the yellow space is larger than the red space. So you add 1 plus 2 is 3, and you add plus 3, which means it's 6. So it means that the view is divided into 6 sections. Do you get it? Now, in that 6 sections, the first view is just taking one portion. Do you understand that?
So do you have flex 4?
Yes, you can do flex 4. You can do any number of flex values that you want. Just that it will, let me use this. Do you understand? So what it's trying to do is it will add all these flex values here and then divide accordingly. So let me remove the last one and let me do something. The flex values, we have 1, right? Plus 2 plus 3, which is equal to 6. Do you get it? Now,
Yes,
it means that this entire view is divided into 6 sections. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the last part 6. Now, this one here, it means out of these 6 sections, the first view should only take 1. Do you get it? It should only take 1 part. The second view is taking 2. So it means that it will take 1, 2, as in it's divided, but then you can't say it. You will take 1, 2, and then the last one is taking 3 of the 6. Now, if I do here 4 and I do here 1, you can see that the middle lane will take more space than the top and then the down. So you can see something like this. So you see it has divided it into 6, right? But then the top view is taking just 1 section. The middle view is taking 4 sections. And then the last view is taking only 1 section. So you can use this to position your views. And then this will be consistent across every layout that you are using. So if I run this application on a tablet with the flex properties, it will just fill everything here. So let's design our Ghana flag. Let me use equal flex. So I'll use 2.
So how does it apply to text?
Hello? How does it apply to text? How does flex?
Yes.
Yeah, so every component can have the flex property. So if I have, let me add another text component here, right? And then let me see. Hello.
So does it mean that if you type anything in that section, it turns into the color that you've chosen?
Pardon? If what?
Any text is being typed at that particular flex position, the color will be, or the styles will apply to that
Oh, no. This text, I've not applied any style to it. So it will be black. So let me put it in the middle. So if I do this, the background color is blue. So let me just change it to white, right? You can see we have the text as black. So now here I can just set my styles for this text. So I can do color to be maybe black, but then change the font size 20. So you can see now, let me see if flex will work on the text. So let me just do flex 2 or flex 2. So you see it will add everything. So we have 1 + 1, 2 + 2, 4 + 1, 5. So it means the screen will be divided into 5 sections and then share it based on the flex properties of each component. So it worked. So you can apply flex, but then usually you don't apply flex on text components. You do it with views. You get it, because those are the containers. Now I want to design the Ghana flag, right? It means that for the second, the middle view, the middle component, I can add something. I can add an icon, right? But then we've not installed Expo vector icons. There's a component called Expo vector icons. Hold on. Let me search. Expo vector icons. So this is the icons that you will use when you are using your React Native app. So if you want to use it, you copy this, right? And then you install it in your project. So yarn install. So dependency. So yarn install. Yarn add. Then the name of the dependency. So you can see it has added to my Expo vector icons. And now if everything is right, I can import. So we have different types of vector icons. So we have the ant design, evil icons, iron icons, everything. So if you want to search for an icon, just come to this website, star, right? And then to give you different types of icons. So I want a star that looks like this. So then this here is coming from simple line icon. So I'll import simple line icons from Expo vector icons. And then I can now copy this. So simple line icon, the color is black 24. Yeah, so you can see I have something like this. Now you can see it is not in the center. So for my second view, I can use justify content center, right? Which will put it here, and then align items, item center, which will put it in the middle. And I can increase the size of my icon. So I want it to be very big. So 40 or 70. So I have something like this. But then this icon is not really the Ghana, this one, it's the icon. So I want something that is bold. Let me see. Okay, there's ant design, this one. So instead of using simple line icons, I'll use ant design rather. So ant design, and then the name is what? Star. Okay, the same thing. And then when I save it, I'll have something like this. So you see, we've simply designed our Ghana flag with our application. Do you get it? With flex. So here with the flex properties, if I do flex 2, it means that the red will be more than the rest. Because out of this 2 plus 1 plus 1, it is 4. Out of this 4 divisions, the first view is taking 2. The second one is taking 1. Third one is taking 1. So obviously it will be bigger. Please, any questions?
Hello, sir.
Hello, yeah.
Sir, please, then we can set the background to gradient.
You can set, yes. So there is a component called Expo linear gradients, right? So as in Expo has their documentation is here. So you install it. So you copy it, right? And then just like we did the icon, you do yarn add then the name of the dependency, Expo linear gradient. And then you can now read on how to apply it. So you can see you import it from Expo linear gradient and then you set. So let's try that. So instead of using three views, we will use just one view, right? Let me just remove the answer, this one. Right, we will use just one view, right? And then inside that view, we will set Expo linear gradient, right? And then we will have our colors. So you check the documentation on how to implement it and then you apply it. So colors, we have, it takes in an array. So red, yellow, green, right? And then do not forget that this won't show because we've not applied styles to it. So our style, it will have flex 1 so that it will, as in the size is 1, which is, we are not sharing with any view. So 1 will fill the whole screen. You have something like this. And then you add justify content center, which you put this here, align items, which you put here. So we have our gradient view. Is that okay? Hello?
Yes, sir, it's okay.
Yeah. So you have to know the dependency that you want, and then you can install it. As when you install it from the blank, you don't have anything, you just have just your first screen, right? Most of the things you have to install it as a dependency to have access to it. But then the React Native itself, it has a lot of components that you can use. You can add image, right? So you can see, you can even add a button, you can add touchable opacity. If you want something to be clickable, you can add that. And then yeah, there are a lot of things that you can add. share option and all that. So basically this documentation here should be what's your reference point. So if there's something that you want to do and you don't know how to do it, you just come here and then you can see here blur view. So if you want the view to, let's say, blur out, there's a component for that. So you can see blur view and then how to implement it. And then we have your calendar. So if you want to implement a calendar in your this one, you can install Expo calendar. If you want to access the camera, you can do that from here. You can use to access your contacts, right? You can use Expo contacts to do that. And then how the implementation, everything is there. And then let's say if you want, and that you see, you have haptics, vibration, image picker. So you want to pick an image from your gallery, you can do that with that. Linear gradient, we've done that. Location. So if you want to pick location from your device, you can do that. Map view, you can do that. And then notifications. I mean, it's a lot of SQLites for database. Stripe, if you want to accept payments, you can implement Stripe in your React Native app. You can play a video, right? Yeah, and these are the native components. So in React Native, we already have the activity indicator. Activity indicator is that loader thing. So you can import this activity indicator from the React Native. So activity indicator, right? And then let me just do here, activity indicator. And then you have this loading. I don't know if you can see it. Let me use size large. I don't know if you can see it loading. You can give it a color. So can give it a color, can give it white or any color that you want. Yeah, depends on the application you're building. White is not really visible, so yes, just black. So yeah, consider it's loading. So I mean, the documentation provides you with everything. Text input, if you want to accept a text from someone, have alerts, dimensions, keyboard, share, style sheet. And yeah, so basically that is it. See, it's not difficult. So just have to know what you're doing. Please, any questions? Sir, please try the safe area view. Okay, so safe area view was introduced when iOS started bringing out the iPhones with the notch, right? Now you can see that sometimes, let's say, let me remove the align items and justify content, right? You can see that it is covering the status bar. Do you get it? But then when we add safe area view to it, right? It means that it will push all the safe area view, it will push all the content and then make sure that it is showing on the screen. So safe area view, and then let me just add my styles. You can see that the top one has been cut so that it is not blocking anything. It's not blocking the status bar, it's not blocking the down thing, the down home button. That's what safe area view does. It gives you a safe area view, yes, so that nothing is blocked or nothing is interfered. Yeah, so if you don't have any question, I think I will share the video when we are done, and then you can go over it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but then any questions or did you understand everything? Hello? Okay, all right, good. Smart student. Good. All right, so if you haven't, Any questions, you can let me know. Okay. All right. Thanks for joining. And sorry, I had to reschedule to 6:30. I was sort of busy. So,
I no still talk.
pardon?
No still talk.
And so I'll share the video so that you can rewatch it. And if you have any question, you can ask. Okay. All right. Thank you.